We are once again revisiting the Matrix world. I cannot get enough of these deep dives because that is a weird thing for me to say as the creator and you are the viewer. But the Matrix is such a brilliant metaphor for just so much of all of this. I don't know what I'm doing here at the Pillars of Man. The masculine protocol, the modern male plight. We got the modern male human experience. We got you. I mean, that's what this is really about. Just right, the modern male human condition, right, brother, for us to go and be great men. Oh, goodness gracious. That one of the best trilogies of all time. I mean, in I got some Hall of Famers in here for films, bit of a film buff. So I just love this trilogy. But when we're specifically noting the modern male human experience, good lord, the Matrix is just what the Wachowski brothers have done here. It's just pure freaking gold. And so tonight's deep dive is aimed specifically at the third installment of this franchise. That is the Matrix Revolutions 2003. So I'm getting that disclaimer out of the way right now. It's always best because there may be spoilers up ahead. Maybe for this deep dive, there definitely will be. So if you would watch the film first, then we can vibe. And that's the best way to watch this. But if you're not a Matrix fan like that, and you're just, what I'm saying, trying to chill, check out this male self improvement stuff, by all means, you are very welcome. And away we go. This film starts with such a banger of a scene. The train station. The train station is very plain. It's dull in this way. I mean, kind of spotless too. Clean, but there's really nothing to it. It's the train station is very purposefully plain because it's to note Groundhog's Day. Bro, if you're not familiar with Groundhog's Day, it's literally the same exact day repeating itself endlessly, torturously, perpetually. Okay. That can absolutely destroy your quality of life, how you are enjoying your own daily experiences when you don't like them. That's, I must immediately highlight that to begin with. You are not able to enjoy what's going on with you right now on a daily basis. So, right off the bat, that that leads a man to think, well, what's in my control and what's out of my control for me to do something about this? Here's the thing. What makes the train station so horrifying is when you couldn't be bothered to do anything about it. This is Neo. This is right. The anagram of Neo, the one, very clever by the Wachowski brothers. He is the protagonist. This guy can fly. He has literally single handedly with hands. Okay, like the art of the box. Okay, just straight kung fu. He took down an army of agents. He can see the lines of code, right? Like, what is this virtual artificial third eye that Neo has going on? He's just, this dude is just dripping with superpowers. Okay, he's got like that Magneto thing too, and absolutely he is hilariously helpless in the train station. I mean, he tries. The I can't remember his name. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but the Indian fellow. Okay, the very nice Indian man. I mean, he really was. That's what his character. The vibes of his character gave me, and lovely family, beautiful wife, beautiful kid, and he was kind enough to try and help Neo, gave him the 411. This is what this place is. This is what's going on here. We're leaving soon. You know what I'm saying? I love my daughter so much. That's why we're doing this, et cetera, et cetera. And in that moment, Neo kind of he comes up with this improv plan, like right off the top of his head, he thinks, "Oh, it's cool. I'll just act like I'm with them. Hey, let me hold one of your bags, and this should be fine." Not in this very. This is a very confined, closed off, singular realm. I say singular because it's just by itself, separate from really all of the Matrix and even the real world. All all other environments within this Matrix universe. I'm specifically referring to just these first three films, Matrix 1 through 3, as we continue tonight. The train station is this, like, it's yeah, it's this place that the conductor, the train man, he says it himself, I made this place. So for, you know he's basically saying, this is my home, and when I'm home, he says, I'm God, I rule this place. Oh, you might be the one. neo Neo absolutely is, with all the credentials and evidence, but he can do nothing in a place like this. And in this way, his fate is sealed here. What's brilliant about the train station is, for you and me, it represents, brother, one of the most dangerous places you could ever find yourself for your own life. And I had a mentor teach me this place is called limbo. Okay. What I mean by limbo is you are literally floating in the in between of what you really want out of life, hopes and dreams and goals, and okay, this is the imaginative vision that you are able to come up with, but it's also the finest version of it too. Okay, this is however you can see it, because it's unique to how you view success in life. Now I want you to picture the most of it. You have as much success as possible. That has to be the most positive place you could think of. All right, that any guy is going to fantasize. Any guy can easily dream about having that, but you're not there. That's usually behind mountains and boatloads and whole marathons of work, process, discipline, iteration, repetition. You already know. You already know that jazz, how that song goes, bro. But then you're also not rock bottom though. This is what I mean. Because, when people hear rock bottom, I think a typical reaction is, oh, your life is in shambles. You're having a really tough time right now. It's just like nothing is going your way. It's just everything is negative. Everything is just like really bad right now. No. I want to take it a step further than that. What I mean, in order to contrast hopes and dreams, what I mean by that rock bottom is total desolation. You have no one and you have nothing. Just your own beating heart. You imagine waking up like that? Seriously, somehow, some way, your mattress stayed intact, but even your bed frame, okay, was somehow obliterated overnight as things just got magically, demolitioned to shreds and rubble. That kind of rock bottom, which I know that is a very extreme picture. the, this is these are the two uh furthest extremes of this, I guess, spectrum, this scale of success. Limbo is so dangerous because it's the fence, bro. Smack dab, right in the middle. And you're sitting on it, but you don't want to. No man really does. And the only way to budge, the only way to really get off is to choose a particular direction. Brother, I would never have you choose total desolation, to just like really, really surrender and give up and just, right, let it all go. Let it all be brought to ruin. I would have you, of course, if especially if you know the content I do here at Pillars of Man, I would have you go the other way. But the only way, though, the only way is to, metaphorically speaking, e- even Neo is not able to do this. But he's different though, because it's, well, I mean, at the same time, it's kind of it, there needed to be a plot. If Neo's fate was truly sealed at the train station, well, then the third movie of this trilogy would have been just the opening scene. But for you and me, it's to just get on the train. That's that's equally terrifying in its own right, I have to say. Even even if you believe you know where the train is going, okay, bro, I'll give you that. But have you ever gone? So guys think, I might not enjoy this. I might not be having a good time here, but I know here. I've seen Groundhog's Day. I've seen it so many times. What it, separate? I want to separate enjoyment, satisfaction. I want to separate quality of life. Like when you take these things away, and all you have left is familiarity. That is extremely comfortable, because the thing about what is familiar is there is no aspect of what is familiar that can surprise you, that can shock you, that you won't see coming. To get on the train, which which is actually your attempt to really board, let the doors close, and you sit. And you feel it. You feel that, right? You feel that low rumble, okay, and it starts picking up speed, right? The you can see everything outside the windows begin to fly by, okay, accelerating progressively faster. After a certain point, now it's out of your control. The only control you had was whether you got on or stayed. Now you only get to find out where this takes you. I don't know about you. For me, that is very scary. That's actually one of the greatest fears of my personal life. Like just for me, the unknown is horrifying. Like, do you, brother? Do you have? Hey, feel free to comment down below. Do you have a vivid imagination? Okay. Um. I- okay. For this next point, I'm not sure. I really got to be clear sometimes. This is just what I've heard. I'm not positive though. You might know more than me. Scientifically speaking, from neurological study, haven't they found out that some people are not able to think with imagery, right? Something like that. Um, a portion of humankind can see the actual, I don't know, colors, and we'll just use a movie, clean and simple. Uh, actually, actually construct and play out the scene in their head. Uh, I, I I can kind of do this. It's it's not like some perfect tapestry of like whatever, but it's like close my eyes and think of your favorite animal. Okay, I'll think of a lion. I see it, bro. I see it. See the tail, claws, the mane. You know what I'm saying? Epic roar. Okay, it's not just thinking about it, right? Actually really able to see it as well. Now my point being, the more vivid your imagination, the more that you're able to draw upon and paint within the creative realms of your own mind, the more you are able to worry about. Oh, I can picture this though. I can think about this kind of conclusion, and you let that run. You really do begin to think about a million freaking conclusions that may never actually happen, but it's because they all have the possibility to. That is what this unknown really is. Okay, it's the what if, and what if goes both ways. Your choice. It opening scene, dude. Opening scene to The Matrix Revolutions. Your choice is if you would rather deal with the misery of remaining in Groundhog's Day. You men who would live at the train station. Okay. I mean, again, this is all very metaphorical. It would not be possible. I didn't even see a vending machine. So you definitely are going to need, basic necessities and whatnot. But the metaphor is, for the guys willing to just keep their life exactly as it is, even though this is key, even though they know they can feel the truth circulating through their veins. It's in your bones. That's how densely, that's how intimately you feel. I don't want to be here. That's the choice. You take that. Would you rather have that, or would you rather contend with Lord knows? And I really mean that too. Who but God is really going to know what's going to happen to you and what you're going to run into, and how it's really going to be when you try to go where you're going. Okay, because it's never a beeline. Oh, if you could, oh my God, if right your hopes and dreams, if success could be that simple, A to B. What the? It's A to Z, and the adventure is A to Y. Z is not promised. Z is not a guarantee. Z is a hope. But that's actually kind of the whole point in going. Neo is saved by, for him, it may not be hope, actually. I could pivot it like that, but I mean, I want to be as true to the character as possible. And so for Neo, I can't use, it wouldn't be right to use the word hope, because I believe for him it was certainty. I believe for Neo, he knew for a fact that she would do whatever she could do within her power to save baby boy out of this situation. And she does. Uh I don't think Neo was able to predict Trinity would hold everyone in the club. Okay, bro, Trinity took Morpheus and Seraph and Merovingian's wife, and everyone else at the club. She took everybody for hostage. She was like, we all die. That's cool. That's so cool with me. We can all die right here, right now. Or you let Neo go. You know what I'm saying? Very, very a hard bargain for the Merovingian to decline. Uh, very, very intelligently, he does not, and that's how Neo escapes. Interestingly enough, as we move right along into the character of the Merovingian, and I believe him and his wife. Is his wife's name Persephone? I can't remember. I actually am not sure. I don't want to keep calling her the wrong name if that's not her name. So the Merovingian and his wife, you come on, bro. You remember the scene when they're actually they make it to the club and I love that part where they're doing the rotating trio, okay, to kind of like have some gun pointed at somebody at all times in order to protect themselves because they're surrounded by, you know what I'm saying, uh no one there likes them, and they finally make it to the Merovingian and his wife, that absolute dazzling baddie in the red. She notices the one thing that is very difficult to calculate, because the Merovingian he's such a precise man, transactionally speaking. He's The Merovingian is all about control, and he's all about leverage. And many content creators and YouTubers have very in a much better way than I possibly could have aired content on the internet. You could find it like a few seconds from now if you wanted to on YouTube, explaining that the Merovingian he's the embodiment of causality. Okay, consequence, every choice, everything you do. Okay, there is there there is no decision a man can make in his own existence that is an exception to this law. It seems, brother, this law of causality. There are a few that really do govern anything we could possibly do as men in this universe. But that's you know what I'm saying. That's a little bit too woo woo for me. I mean, I'm talking about time, space, matter, all that good stuff. But when we're talking about causality, well, he's always trying to measure the most amount of gain for self-interest in everything that he does. Okay, I guess that's kind of what makes him a butthole in, I guess, one of the villains in this trilogy. What his wife explains to him, as as soon as Trinity does it, the Merovingian's wife sees it so quickly because she's seeing what she truly wants transpire right in front of her in real time. I believe that's how she caught it so quickly within a matter of seconds. Okay, I mean, if we're really breaking this down frame by frame, okay, Tr- Trinity catches the gun, cocks it, and brings it to the Merovingian's forehead. That was instantly read by his wife. Maybe you and me, as one of the fist bumpers in the background at the club, we were just going out that Friday night to, you know what I'm saying, dance the 9 to 5 stress away, have some drinks, I don't know, possibly have a meaningful conversation with a woman. That's, we're in the background, that's what we're trying to do, and we see this. What would you and I have saw? Suicide? Right? You and I would have saw insanity. What, who does this girl think she is? Oh my goodness. Like, yeah, with the sunglasses and the all black spandex, you look in fire. But what are you doing though? This is crazy. You're surrounded. Okay, like, well played. You know what I mean? Right, with the high kick and the karate chop, and then she caught the gun. But you're also surrounded by all his henchmen who like literally all have like freaking Tommies, machine guns, and AK-47s and whatnot. But her bargaining chip is the Merovingian's life. Yeah, you'll kill me, but you're going to die too. It's an ultimatum, bro. And it's she does it at the drop of a hat. It's like second nature to Trinity because of how much she loves Neo. This has to be I love it because it's such a powerful reoccurring theme throughout the human experience. I don't mean to pivot this too far into a romantic angle for my this Matrix Revolutions deep dive, but that is literally how the rest. This is how the trilogy is able to continue and end in the way that the Wachowski brothers wanted to direct it. Without Trinity doing that, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. The credits would have rolled with Neo just I don't I, sinking into a pit of despair on the bench at the train station. Now, for you and me, that's a great metaphor of got to be careful, bro. Got to be super careful. This is always going to be up to you. But what is going to be worse? What is going to be worse? Making a decision or no decision? I here at the Pillars of Man, I will always preach, okay, to the freaking highest mountain tops. I will scream it. I will yell it. Pick. Come on now, bro. Of course, pick. Of course, choose. Trinity's choice is Trinity's choice allows Neo to do what he was born to do. And that is continue along his trajectory of helping humankind defy their doom. The Matrix Revolutions, oh my goodness, it is constantly weaving the tension of like certain death at all times. Because now, all right, this is the last time I'm saying it's massive spoiler alert. So, okay, you have been warned. If you know what I'm saying, you're vibing for this episode, and I appreciate that. But you haven't seen this yet. Oh Lord, that kind of suspense. Because before you finish this film, you really don't know if we're going to pull through or not. Okay. I don't know. I mean, if you're as much of a fanboy as I am of Neo, then it's like, oh, come on, our boy had it in the bag. What are you talking about? It's all good. There's no way he fumbles this. But hey, it gets they did it well. They did it super well, because the Sentinels and the machine force of what it has become. It's been optimizing, upgrading, and evolving over how long has it been? I don't remember the exact timeline of since the in the Matrix universe, we lost the war, and when the machines won, they realized we are the perfect energy source, not in, you know what I'm saying, elements, nature, nuclear, fossil. Nope. You and me. I don't. Is that even true, bro? I wouldn't be surprised. Morpheus breaks it down so brilliantly. I'm not going to be able to do this impression, but I remember him saying something, the human hearts, something, right? The electricity that runs through you and me, something, BTU. I just remember him saying BTU, something. And the machines had found all the energy they would ever need. And that's when they started harvesting us. And then they came up with this diabolical idea. This is where I'm able to take tonight's deep dive. And now this is where we make a grim turn. Because it's one of the greatest reflections that this trilogy has ever given us as the audience. They thought, we need them. We have such a dire need, use for the energy that human beings are able to produce. How do we do this? How can we construct a world in which they will give us whatever, however much of it we need without struggling, without knowing they're being harvested, without, without ever so much as having a thought to upset the established order. I, that just got really conspiratorial, I have to admit. I'm not I'm not even trying to take it there. I'm no, dude. I'm not. No, I refuse. I refuse. I'm not letting us go the route of shadowy government and the freaking Illuminati and like all this other crazy stuff. I'm sure you have your fair share of conspiracy theories that you believe. I do too. But that's not what this is about. What this is about is it's such a perfect form of enslavement. This metaphor it seems to be showcasing. You do agree with me, bro. It's showing us perfect enslavement is not a condition. It is not an environment. It is not a cage. It's not a perfect, flawless enslavement. Is not a a prison that you have to specifically create. If I just build the prison cell like this, then it'll be perfect. No, it's perfect when the individual, the being, the soul, whoever is being enslaved does not believe they are. That is the inception of the Matrix, truly. And I'm sure you've heard this before as well. It kind of ties into it. I mean, I understand how capitalistic this country is. I don't even really know. I mean, this is just me. I don't know much about this stuff. I was never an economics dude. Took a class in high school. That was really about it. And even then, I was kind of just like, I think I get it. I think I get it. Is this all right? I think it's lunch. All right. I think we're headed to lunch. I just never really my thing. But it's really the only kind of monetary system that I'm familiar with. You may know of others. And I say that because I acknowledge it's easy to just spit out that cop out. It's easy to just be like, oh, capitalism, freaking, it's ruining everything. It's the greatest evil. It's infecting. It's poisoning. Okay, our society and whatnot. Yet this this may be, I admit, well, it's rather, I acknowledge this may be a naive thing for me to say, but I look, I do have a very elementary understanding of all of this. I just, the way I see it, at the very same time, is it not the very same system of capitalism? Because this is how money works for all of us in this American society, that there even is the opportunity. You know, because the potential has to exist first for you to create something out of it, as opposed to a system where it's already been decided for you. Capitalism. What? Where were you born? What time? Where? And in what way and how? And then it's right. It's all preset, predefined. How do you work with that? But potential, you're capped as soon as you take your first breath. Okay, I'm gonna stop it there because I don't know much about this stuff, but it just seems to me that that is pretty freaking amazing. If any of what I just said is at all true, that's pretty awesome. Just to be able to have that chance to go for success here. They are born into a world where they believe they have it, but that's the horrifying truth. The real world is no, we're all in pods. All human beings are unconscious in this way, asleep. They are having their lives lived for them. Okay, it's jacked in, plugged in. The machine is showing you what you want to see. It has nothing to do with what you would decide to see for yourself. That's why the Matrix is just I'm never gonna stop saying this because I really do believe it. As we age, as you and I get older, bro, as you know America as this country sees another sunrise, as time goes on, this film is becoming more and more and more of a documentary. It's becoming more and more of societal commentary. That's really where the true horror comes into play, because when you stop and right, pause, take a breath, and take a slow gaze at your life. Really look, bro, at your feed. Look at what you buy. When we're talking about the real you, authenticity, okay, existing in your own true form. This is the man that I like to believe. This is you striving towards the best possible version you can be, because, and this is getting a little weird, because uh, that is an ongoing process. You're going to change, excuse me, constantly. Right. So you're never really the same guy throughout this rite of passage, throughout this process of living your best life. The thing is, though, as you live like that, you form your truest identity, because where you're going and where you're becoming is the very best of you. I love Dragon Ball Z. So I like to dramatically refer to this as a man's final form. Right? It's like after I know all Goku does is scream. Goku does a lot of screaming and a lot of hair color changing. But in our reality, you are the um that's the fruit of your labor. These are that's what all the repetition, and this is what all the attempts, and this is what all the iteration does to you. This is why I have a coach who continues to hammer into me that failure is not despair. I take it as despair. I need a radical reorientation there. I have to admit, for most of my life. I don't know. It's probably mostly my fault, but just from the way that I've lived so far, failure has always been just equates to despair. I messed up. I did this wrong. Okay. I did not pull through here. I didn't pull this off. I just didn't succeed at this. So now, people get to say, I told you so, or it's like, this is why you're such a dummy, or, what I'm saying, what a fool, how could you make a mistake like that? It goes on and on and on and on. And it's none of that. When you look at it like this, okay, when you fill your perception with these with believing this is what failure is doing to you, oh my god, you are going to despair as much as I did, still kind of do. It's a teacher is what it is. Without it it's not possible for you to reiterate unless you get it right on the first try. But I mean, who on the very first try pulls off their hopes and dreams? Okay, you how do you who oh my god, I don't this word makes me so uneasy, but if I'm going to use the word manifest, oh lord, here we go. It's a trigger word for some from what I've seen. This word manifestation. Who is manifesting their best life ever, okay, of all time? This is oh my god, this is like the freaking optimal scenario. You know what I mean? Pick your pick your dramatic scene effects, birds chirping, I don't know, sun setting or rising, depending on, you know what I'm saying, how you float your boat. On the very first try, yeah, no way, dude, no way. And that's the beauty of failure. That was taken away as well. The, succeed, fail, you know what I'm saying? Do not try, don't try. It doesn't really matter because the world itself isn't real. This is what makes the Matrix so crazy, man. Like everything you feel, everything you do, all your choices, all your decisions, it doesn't actually matter because it all happened in a fake existence. The Matrix is it's brutal in this way because you're only going to be able to unplug if you allow yourself to face the truth. Not everyone wants to go. Cypher did not want to go. He did, and he regretted it. He tasted both, and he decided the real world sucks. What? What are we doing? What are we really doing out here? He right? Remember, my man broke it down. Okay, I know. I'm rewinding a little bit to the first movie, but this has to be said because this is good. This is gold. It's it's very metaphorically sound for what many of us do, like as men right now in the 21st century for life. Same question. What are we doing? Cold plunges? 5 a.m. The 5 a.m. club? Oh, I should that one really gets me because I man, I used to be such a night owl, and I still can be. Oh Lord, okay, fine. Days off and vacation, fair enough. But I don't know, when I'm attempting to fire on all cylinders, I do agree with the rest of the self improvement niche and space. You do want to get the earliest head start possible on your day. It really is. Okay, I'm, okay. I'm an early ex night owl, reluctantly turned early bird, trying to psyop you into joining the 5 a.m. cult. It's a freaking cult, and it's good though. it's just so difficult, and I'm a man that struggles with that, trying to stay away from the snooze button, trying to continue to just be up as early as possible. That is for something. You don't just do that, for funsies. I don't know. Maybe true early birds do. I think I've met a few in my life. Freaks of nature. Oh my God. I don't know how objectives. There. It is the objective that will, wake me up in these wee hours of the early. Wait, is wee for late at night? Oh God. It's just to get up in the AM. And that's why only if you have something that is driving you to do that. Cypher lost the plot, didn't he, bro? Oh my God, there's no way. There's no way. Betrayal, literally, right, of the worst kind. He's sacrificing his crewmates. He's like, yeah, kill them. It's all good. Okay, just plug me back in. Plug me back in. Make me handsome. And make me this renowned and popular actor. You know what I'm saying? You know, give me the heartthrob phenotype. Okay, ladies, man. Scratch everything. Prioritize that. That's why it's it's all self-interest. It's all self-interest. Self. It's interesting because self-interest has such a difficult time coexisting with the truth. This is why Neo, when you um what is it an anagram, when you flip his name, this is why he's the one. And this is my favorite part. All right, bro, that's where we're headed now. This is my favorite part of the Matrix Revolutions. It may very well be my favorite part of the entire trilogy. All right, it didn't used to be. Real talk. Well, when I was younger, I first saw this years ago. Oh my God, hold on a second. Did I actually see any of these in theater? No, I didn't. No, I think I was a little bit too young. Like, I don't know. But parents were like, "What is this film about? You're funny. Go go back to the park," or I don't know, something like that. But I don't know. You know what I mean? I found a way. I found a way. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Shout out to Blockbuster. I found a freaking way, and I saw these films, and when I first saw them, I was super young, and f- favorite parts were you know when Neo becomes the one at the end of the first movie. You know what I mean? Oh my God. um Neo versus the army of Smiths. You know what I'm saying? Neo versus Seraph. Okay, like right, all of the choreography, all of the scenes that is just, oh man, the Wachowski brothers. Okay, you know what I'm saying? These men understand directing. Okay, especially when it comes to hands, when it comes to the haya. That was always my favorite part. Now, this is my favorite because of that. This is my favorite because of the Lord God. Yes, the Christian God, Yahweh, Elohim, Adonai, El Shaddai, as my coach likes to say. You might be thinking, oh, yes, 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 Messiah, saved humans, saved humans. Like, okay, sure. In this way, it's easy to see how their identities mirror each other. But I want you to see the principle. Brother, I want you to see the value that I'm going to do my very best to reveal to you how powerful the application of this principle can be in your own life. It is not it there will there will never be. Oh, okay. Hold on, Fair enough. Fair enough. I won't be disrespectful to those who are not here yet. How about that? Is that fair? I won't discount our descendants. The future us. You know what I'm saying? Oh, dude, I'm talking, you know what I mean? Like your family line, there is no, it's been way too long. You know what I mean? Like I hope and I pray, okay, bro. You know what I'm saying? What does dad say? What does dad say? You gotta give me a second. Dad says, be fruitful and multiply. So in my own way, I'll tell you, bro, what the heck? Ask her, ask her first, okay? Then ring it, and then have tons of kids. That's what I would say to you. And then have like as many as possible. Okay. And so build your dynasty, brother. Build that freaking dynasty. But I'm talking about so far down the line, no dynasty is gonna stretch that far. Okay. It's not even like, oh, you and I are not here anymore because we've passed you know what I'm saying, because of old age. It's like, nah, man, I'm talking millennias down the line. That's why I'm hesitant, realizing that. Never say never. I don't know. But as of this very moment, how about that? As of this second that we're chilling right now for this episode, there has yet to be anyone to come close. So that's why it's safe for me to say at this very moment, no one has ever done what Jesus Christ did. But what he did, okay, is the exact opposite of I mean, oh God, there's so many in the Matrix. When we're talking about negativity and when we're talking about evil, bro, I don't mean to like word vomit at you right now, but I'll be quick. I'll be quick. It's just like we have so much going on here. We got freaking sin, we got chaos, right? There is obviously evil, you know what I'm saying? But it's the flavors of evil. And it's okay if you disagree with me. As you hear me rapid fire these, you might be like, "What? That's not evil." Okay, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. I'm noting the I'm noting the profound amount of potential all of these have for evil. Brother, they just don't turn out so well. Because the whole point of any of my deep dives, I hope, in some way, shape, or form, we're really talking about you, your hopes and your dreams, your purpose, your joy, your peace, fulfillment. I mean, when you mix these together, what are you really getting, bro? A very satisfying way to live. This is it's so, oh my god. I love dramatic stuff, but this may be a little bit overly dramatic to say. The ultimate human experience? If I'm allowed to say that, then my goodness. Like, God willing, let that be the goal, right, bro? Because ultimate is ultimate is a representation of the most superior. It's final. It's the last. You can't go above ultimate. You know, I guess in this way, Father is ultimately absolute. So when we're noting an ultimate way of life, isn't that so interesting? His begotten Son. And what he did is such, it is perhaps the most moving singular human event to occur that represents all of this. And this is what I mean. We have so many different shades of evil occurring in the Matrix Revolutions. I just mentioned some of them, but Smith though, bro, Agent Smith, what this guy is. Listen to his. Oh man, he's got a lot. He's got many, many. I'm so for it because I'm such a big fan of monologues and dialogues, monologue and like dialogue in general. When it's done well, oh, what you you come on, brother, you feel me on that one? When it's done well, our attention spans are just fine. In Smith's, every single time the camera pans to this. Well, he's not a man. Every single time the camera pans to this program, what is he saying? He's probing, he's questioning, or he's really self affirming or reaffirming his worldview that this is all absurd, all of it. Agent Smith would what I'm saying? Who's the actor? I can't remember the actor's name. I know him as the King of Elves in Lord of the Rings. He's dope. This dude is super dope. And it's what I'm saying? If you know, you know, because in the Lord of the Rings, he's actually so like, you know what I mean? Like good and noble and like, like just very, 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 very regal. And then as Agent Smith, the amount of times he does that horrendous perfect villain laugh because he's laughing at you. He's laughing at me. He's laughing at any guy that would dare to self improve. He's laughing at the efforts of a human being to strive, not even towards anything. I mean, we can give that something right now. How about the most good? Just to make this easier, just like the for the great, there we go, for the greater good. And he's saying greater good, but how are you supplementing this positive force of greater good when it doesn't matter? That's what he's saying. This, you know what I'm saying? Now Smith is kind of zooming out here though. Okay. I believe Smith is blowing this up to try to encapsulate like all of reality because he's absorbed everything. That's the thing. I like the parallel here, bro, is pretty crazy because in the Matrix Revolution specifically, Smith has already absorbed everything and everyone. Dude, he even absorbed the Oracle. Which wait, you remember at the very end? Oh, hold on. I'll try to end with the end, okay? Because when I saw her, I was like, hey, what I was like, we saw you with the black sludge. Why is it sludge? Oh God, you know what I'm saying? Fitting, I guess, because his ideals, Agent Smith, and his principles and his worldview, they are very poisonous. I, to me, this is brilliant because that's how he overtakes you. Smith, physically speaking, the way we actually see him enact a takeover of another program inside the Matrix is he stabs them with himself, and then the black sludge begins to transform them into him. It almost to I'm gonna pull you into my worldview. Bitterness, resentment, brother. Is any of this sounding familiar? Purposelessness, absurdity. There is so what? You know what I'm saying? Vastness of the universe, secrets of the cosmos. There's no rhyme or reason. Okay, things are the way they are, but there is no point. Okay, it's this is perhaps maybe one of the most dangerous ideas the character of Agent Smith is embodying. This is all meaningless, is what he's saying. You, you human beings, in the way that you're trying so hard to make it matter. Okay. And you, right, wars. Now, have you heard this? All this fair and love and war. Okay. How passionately, okay, with such a ferociously intense heat, human beings can love one another. And at the same time, how how disgustingly and heinously the atrocities that we can also commit onto one another in the name of evil. Okay, and Smith is witnessing all of this because he has absorbed all of the collective data. All right, that has that has happened so far. Essentially, it's, I don't know, maybe like ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude. It's like how these LLMs, they have simply absorbed all of the information we give off, being humans through the human experience in a world like this. And his conclusion is nihilism, bro. His conclusion is a kind of also existentialist in this way. None of this is all for nothing. So the joke is on all of you as human beings. That's why it's kind of why he laughs. He's mocking human effort and striving in this way. Q, the Son of Man. Q, the Anointed One, the Lamb, the begotten Son. Not Neo, not yet. Because how do you counter a this singular action that defies, it is so defiant of all logic, of all rhyme or reason, that Agent Smith is saying does not exist? This is tough. This is tough because even without that existence, how could you deny the love that was given to protect it? Just so that it could be, just so that it could continue. Jesus is saying, you all have value because of where you come from and because of who you are. It is both wonderfully and fearfully made by Father. The duality of heaven and hell balanced in each soul. I his decision, I mean, from my understandings of my own personal biblical study, Christ really didn't want to. I I've heard uh, several I've heard from several different Christian mentors of so a few different interpretations, bro, of just what was really happening to this man at the Garden of Je- Gethsemane. I might be saying that incorrectly. And it's so intense. It's so intense. This what he understands is what he understands. He is on the cusp of what's about to happen. He's sweating blood. Uh, Unimaginable, unimaginable. I know. I mean, I don't know if you're a fellow believer, a Christian yourself, but I mean, hey, believer or non-believer, I mean, just to understand the biological depths of what is happening to the human body, that level of stress, and he still chooses, he still arrives at the conclusion. What is going to happen is what dad needs to happen. It's not him, actually. It's not him. Though, now this is very personal interpretation. So this is just me, but I do believe he agreed. He might not have wanted it. That's very human because that's that is unfathomable agony. If we're really talking about degrees of pain, this is very different. Not to disrespect the trials and tribulations of your own life, nor to disrespect my own, but when you're looking at the levels of this, bro, it is it is difficult to come up with anything that was really like that. like like the crucifixion. Okay. And I mean the crucifixion is by no means that was not a that was not a simple process, right? I don't know if you have the actual details, brother. I'm not an expert on them myself, but it was not, let me see, one, two, it was not just three nails, is what I mean. Okay. What they did to him before, okay, how long he was on it, and what they did to him is just, is a lot. It's just, it's absolutely ridiculous. But what I'm noting though, the principle itself is all of that happened. Oh, right. This is the greatest gift. Okay. Now, I'm pivoting through the Christian lens before I approach Neo and Smith. All right, but bro, oh my God, when you're filtering this through the Christian lens, this is pure sacrifice. Okay, that a sacrifice that rests solely on love and compassion. That is so beautiful to me because love and compassion don't make sense. Isn't that what Smith is trying to plague you and I with? Right? If you can't show me the logic, or or if you can, or if you cannot give me this Smith's character, the way that he tries to refute who Neo is and what he's doing, if you cannot give me the structured order behind this, then how could you say it is for anything? And Neo, oh Lord, bro. See, in the same way that is, I call it the greatest gift to humanity because there is no higher act of love. I mean, that again, I have to acknowledge a very biblical principle here because God teaches in the Bible, it's your life is the greatest gift, and that was His. But I mean, this is not for, I mean, it would already be, in my humble opinion, it would already be extremely virtuous and and um you know worthy of respect and reverence if it was for an old lady, if it was for her baby, right? If it, I don't know. If it was for his girlfriend, I can't really say that the man was celibate. Okay, like a lover, a family member, something like that. That's already like, wow, that's an incredible act and sacrifice. Brother, I I want you to try all of us. Everyone. This man said, Earth, all, every sheep accounted for, I will give for them. It is it is it is in direct opposition to both. I love it, and oh my god, I love it so much because it counters. I guess you could say two of the most prevalent forms of evil that are personified through two, right, two excellent characters, right, also being played by two excellent actors, but where Merovingian, the Merovingian of whatever, I don't know, whatever his part of the Matrix was called, the place that, like, he ran, he was the boss of. If he is kind of, sin, he is sin. What I mean by sin is, it's just whatever that what whatever action I'm going to take is in direct service to how good it will make me feel. That's what I'm talking about, bro. Okay. Now Smith seems to go a little bit above this. You know, that's still pretty bad because it's selfishness. Okay. I mean, this is that right there. I absolutely acknowledge that is very philosophically debatable, though. Okay, if we're talking about worldviews, because because okay, I mean, selfishness, but what are we being selfish about? And shouldn't there be a fine line separating selflessness and selfishness, right? Or it's like, oh, no boundaries, yeah, you'll give, and right, and then get absolutely run over by people who know nothing but to take. And that's right. So it's not clean, it gets messy, but I'm gonna try and just keep it to this idea of me is the Merovingian. If this suits me, if this helps me, if this serves me, etc., etc., then you have Agent Smith that is saying, it's not even about that. It's not even about you or me, you and me, and this world doesn't matter. It's all absolutely laughably absurd. Neo Neo represents, oh my god, this golden ideal right here. And it's a little, now it's a little bit different from Christ, because that really did happen, and it is the only um gift given that was specifically for all human beings. It was very conclusive and definitive what this gentleman pulled off, the humble carpenter. They're going to be okay. Fallen world, fallen nature, in you and me, bro. I'm just talking about, if you're not familiar, The concept in Christianity of fallen is just how evil you and I are. But please don't take that personal. It's I'm just saying it's just what you are. It can't be denied. It would be the same as saying I'm not human. You just can't. It almost if I'm going to press it a little bit further right here, it's kind of even saying I don't have a soul. I'm not, or like I'm not conscious. Okay, I have no autonomy. I have no agency of any kind. I don't think to choose to do any. It's just for me, none of that works. A lot of it is going to come from a place born of desire. In here, desire, desire turns evil very quickly, bro. Whatever you want. As soon as it collides with someone else, and you're not aligned, oh, you want that, but you can't. You can't. No, I'm like very simple, very, very, very simple interaction. I want to just flesh out real quick. Like you run into like another bro. You can't want that because if you want that, then that's gonna get in the way of me wanting this, and it's just right. And then I guess the the rest of human history, right? The rest of human history. So, um, biblically speaking, this is insane. It's he foiled Jesus foiled Satan's greatest plan by far. I mean, this is the. I mean, I guess in this world, I'm just gonna say it like this: in this world, on this mortal plane, okay, reality as I am experiencing it, and you are experiencing it right now, right? Just like this, Satan would be the master of evil, of just producing negativity, having things go south, just having things turn badly. What would be the maximal amount? Everyone. You really think about that, man. It's shivering. The most possible damage. You just need to make sure. You just need to make sure that evil, like, oh my god, like what, like, I don't know, sin itself, like all these terrible, terrible things people will do in the name of self-interest and desire. They will all do it to each other for as long as they are around, right? Satan saying perfect, perfect. And Jesus was like, no, not on my watch. That's what he did. That's why Jesus is Jesus. But why? Why would he do that? I mean, I don't know about you. I'm very grateful. All Christians are very grateful. Oh Lord, maybe you don't even have to be a believer. This concept itself. It's not difficult to understand. Like to note the overwhelming gratitude one could have. Why? Because any human being can understand my life has been saved, or me, someone protected me, someone loves me. That Brother, I don't know if we have a greater definition of the human condition. I don't know if we have anything that transcends that. Try. I'm serious. I'll end on this, as I will end tonight. It's my challenge to you. Try, bro. Think. Give it some time. You know, after I throw up the deuces and until we vibe again for the next one. Take your time and take your pick. The most beautiful woman, plural, the most beautiful women, have them all the money, take it all. The best foods, the best drinks, the best experiences, the best vacational resorts, all of it, bro, all of it. But I give you all of that. I'll take one: love. Like, if it's not in it, if it's really not in it, it's real. I'm not trying to decide for you. No. I'm not, brother. I'm not answering for you. It's just my goodness. When you meditate on this, it 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 gets very difficult to comprehend. Like, you think, remember now, Merovingian, Asian Smith, these ideals they represent, and all of them counter the meaning for human endeavor, for, like, even a reason to go through the human experience and use your own. That's perfectly fine. That's actually kind of the whole point. Like, take your own life. Take your own life experiences. Correction. Okay, scratch that. Don't not. Oh God, not that one. Not that one. I might literally have to edit that out. Um, take your own life experiences, and as you continue to you accept my challenge and you try. Oh, okay. Oh, that would be from one man to another. That would be some seriously steamy bedroom experiences. The most beautiful women, okay, in for your personal preferences, okay. Good good lord, this is turning into a raunchy video game with the freaking 2K sliders, okay, customizations and everything, the hair, the hips and the lips. I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna do half red, half purple hair. Oh my god, bro. Do your thing, brother. I'm not judging. Do your thing. But there's no love. There's just no love. I don't know, man. That's that one's vulgar, sure. That one's vulgar. But hey, brother, between you and me, that one's important to us, though. I, I digress. I digress. I'm so serious when I say I'm very willing to let women say whatever they want about this. That is a very intimate interaction that involves them. They are entitled to. So, you know what I'm saying? Any opinion from a woman is like, no worries, is what I'm saying. It's just like, for you and me though, dude, it is. That's a thing. That's a real that's it's special. That's an important thing. Why? When there's love in it. I, hey, look, man. All right, I don't want. let's not stay here for too long. This is like, you know what I'm saying before. Like, all right, one of us is going to start getting down bad. But in even if, like, you're that guy, I highly doubt you are. There is some guy. There's got to be some guy like this, though. Of course, we are men. So for the fellow out there that is thinking, These guys are freaking a bunch of freaking losers talking about this stuff. Give me my perfect woman and I'll be all set. My thing, this is my thing, or so he says. That's all. That's all. That's my thing. Or so he says. That because what you have there is experience. What you have there is experience. You know, you know what's you know what's so awful about experience itself. So I'm in it. I'm actively engaged with what is occurring. This is happening. But when it happens over and over, when it happens again and again, what do you do? What do we do as men? We acclimate. You get used to it. Once you get used to it, it is not so much of an experience anymore, is it? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. To want to be there, to want to return, to miss it when you can't be there, to cherish it, to hold it so precious, even if you can never be there again. That's all love. That's all love, brother. This is one of the best things I was ever taught. It really is. One of, it's so many. It's so many. It's a lot actually by now, but it's one of my favorites. It's right up there for just, I have a coach, and right, by the nature of a coach is to teach, to guide, okay, reprimand, and right, and push and all that good stuff. One of the best things I ever heard was money is stuff. When I first heard this, I didn't actually hear him. It was a little, because it was a little bit of immaturity and was also a little bit of disagreements. I was just like, easy for you to say. That's, you know what I'm saying. That's beside the point. And I got a little bit older, and I held on to this, and the more that I apply it to life, the more true it becomes. Money is stuff. Stuff is stuff, like things, tangible objects, even desire, bro. Like what you really want. When you take people and love out of that, when you take the reason to be there for someone when it is outside of you now, when it's when the focus has been taken off of you, because that's what compassion does. Compassion reorients you to no longer your suffering, or for the anointed one, his suffering. He's which was of the highest. When we're talking about pain, it is of the highest. And it happened because his eyes were on you and me. They were on everyone else. But this guy didn't just look at you or me, you know what I mean? Or like people. He was looking at humanity. Now I can finally bring in Neo. And that's why it's my favorite scene. That's why this is my favorite part of the Matrix now. Because I think, dang, that's so dope. You know, what a such a fantastic, such a transcendent encapsulation of love. Okay, this idea of a human being for another human being and not of themselves. Agent Smith is he's short circuiting. Remember, when their fight had gotten so cosmic, it had created they were in that crater. They're in that crater. I think Smith had just you know what I'm saying, Brawly style, grabbed Neo and then pushed him all the way down to, like, I don't know, try to do enough damage to take this guy out. And of course, Neo was fine, but epic crater form with that the massive rain water bubble. Oh my god, it's freaking. Oh man, bro, these are O3 special effects. O3 special effects. Okay, okay, Wachowski brothers, and it's just such a sick fight with the choreography and the special effects. And in that crater, Smith cannot believe his eyes. It's not, I don't believe that Smith was, you know what I'm saying, he was so taken back because Neo was still alive. No, it wasn't that. He knows he's been fighting Neo for 3 movies now. He knows this man. He's so bothered. Okay, right? Remember, because it's this wonderful acting by the actor that plays Agent Smith. His words begin to get frantic. He starts talking like faster. Okay, he gets more intense because he's so confused. And what he's bewildered at, to me, like my personal interpretation here is the bewilderment is Neo's incessant desire to try again. That's why he's asking him. That's why he's pestering Neo. But I already took over planet Earth, bro. Come on, man. Like, fair enough. But it's all Smith now. This man took Smith took, well, the Matrix. But you know what I'm saying? It's quite the feat. He pulled it off. Everybody, everyone. There really is actually nothing left during that final fight. And and Smith, believing he's won by he seems to be trying to prove the absurdity of human endeavor. So the parallel I'm trying to draw here is he's almost trying to mock in this way the efforts of Christ. No, I mean, separate worlds. You know what I'm saying? Like in the Matrix universe, there's none of this. But if he knew, come on now, what would how would Smith interpret the greatest gift of all time given to humanity? How would he interpret the begotten Son? In the same way, with the same kind of failure to understand what the frick Neo is doing right now. Neo, what are you doing, bro? Neo's getting back up. Neo's getting back up again and again and again. And finally, it breaks him. Finally, Smith just, oh my God, dude, he's so freaking annoying. Just what is it? Why? Love, hope. He starts naming everything he's predicting. Almost like ChatGPT, almost like an LLM. He's just trying to like beat Neo to the punch. And before Neo even says anything, okay, like I think Neo's literally still in the middle of hobbling up from, like, that was a long fall. And Smith is like, if you are going to say anything that I already said, then you have to know what did he say? I don't remember the exact quote, but Smith was like, these are illusions. He said, these are illusory, fake constructs that human beings came up with. You invented these things because you're trying so hard. You're trying so hard to justify your existence. Okay? You're trying so hard to pull meaning from nothing when it was never there. And Neo was like, you don't get it, bro. He was like, oh my God. You misunderstand me, Smith. Win or lose. Win or lose. Victory or defeat. Life or death. I'm going to fight you every time. I'm always going to get back up. I will I will always push back against you because I choose to. This is the most powerful union of masculine embodiment in the entire Matrix trilogy. I really do believe this. Neo is channeling the same sacrificial love that Jesus displayed for all of humankind. And then, before he left momentarily, Jesus was like, I'm going to be gone for a little while. Before I come back, would you please continue to do this for me? Could you all please continue loving each other? Help one another. Serve one another. Be about each other. Jesus promised that that will help all of you have your best days. That's love, bro. My God, that's love. It's the same thing that Neo's doing. It's just in his world, in this fictional world of the Matrix universe. That's all. That's the difference. But the principle, brother, is one of the same. Neo is thinking, Morpheus, Trinity, everyone, men, women, children at Zion, the last human city, my kind, my people. I'm going to try till I die. I'm going to try until my last breath because they deserve me to. Neo, the one. They call it, right? Niobe said this. Morpheus has been saying it before we met Neo. Morpheus said it to the point where people were like, I don't really want to hang out with you anymore, bro. This is just too much. This is just too much. Like we haven't even found him yet. Morpheus, like the day one. Morpheus is Neo's day one. Okay, before Neo became Neo. But they all believe in him. That's why. That's why. How do you logic? What you know what I mean, man? I'm not gonna lie. I'm getting a little lost. Okay, but it's just it's very it literally, bruh. Neo hit Agent Smith literally with just cuz founded on a principle of I care about them. There are those that I love. there 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 are those that it is within my control and my power. Now we're talking about masculinity. Now we're talking about the masculine burden. Now we're talking about this is why you deserve, and it's not just you when it happens, though, because it won't stay with you. It's too much, it's too immense. And I am not, at least I don't believe I am, dramatizing or romanticizing how awesome guys can be. But when a man becomes awesome, it rarely is just him that's affected. This is final form. This is of the highest. This is of the most good that this guy can do. Once that, it ripples into the lives of others. So in this way, do you agree with me, brother? It's not just you that deserves your best life and the greatest version of you, bro. It's kind of everybody. Pillars of Man. This podcast stands by these words. When good men win, everyone wins. This is a movie. This is fiction. I'm a massive fanboy of it all. But just the way that the story ends is just it's one of the it's just, in my opinion, one of the best depictions of the indomitable human spirit. I promise this is the real end. And one of my favorite quotes of all time, I'm not able to quote it directly, but one of my favorite ones is, do not go gentle. You might already know it. Do not go gentle into that good night. No, rage. Rage against the dying of the light, because that light, it's going out and there's nothing you can do about it. That's Smith. This is why this is very personal for me. This is just me. This is why I believe nihilism and existentialism can be so poisonous. You know, are they substantially valid worldviews? I guess I get that just depends on who you're gonna have a conversation with. I guess, because this stuff goes deep in ways that I can't reach. You know what I'm saying? Trying to learn more about all of this stuff. It's really interesting, and all I know is you got to be so careful with any ideology, philosophy, train of thought, way of thinking that is trying to convince you this way is to give up. It's a dead end, because you know, nothing matters. That might not even be like really what nihilism and or existentialism is really getting at. But this really just this, simply put, these concepts of everything is absurd and there's no point to all of this, and it's all random chance, it's all random luck, it's what I'm saying. When, as human beings, when we pass, it just all goes black. You come from nothing, you go back to nothing. It's nothing. Nothing is nothing. To rage, that is the dying of the light. I mean, in this way, it's real. It is so real. Because here's the thing, and I say this as a Christian, okay? I say this I don't know, because I always try to be honest. I really don't know if I'm God loving or God fearing. I think I'm more God loving than God fearing. I don't know, why do Christians say God fearing? Oh, no, I just remembered why. It's fine. I am an extremely big fan of Father. Okay, and I still say this: when you're standing on the brink of annihilation, who really, who truly knows? Like, no, as far to the best of my understanding, no one has been able to come back. Okay, okay. There is one, but he's not back yet though. Besides him, like him, no one has ever been like, oh my god, holy crap, what year is it? Oh my good lord. Okay, well, I passed away in the 1700s, and this is this is what happened. No, man. Literally, you are on the verge of your last breath. Oh, goodness gracious. Meaning of life and afterlife, and you know, okay, okay. I have, I, brother, I have where my faith puts me. Okay, I can easily see where I'm standing on the brink of annihilation, because of what I believe in, though. What I'm saying is, I mean, in that moment, for any human being, who is to say what is truly to be believed in? So, I'm not, I try not to be ignorant, to the perspective of Agent Smith. Okay. Remember, this does, this must be considered. He absorbed. So in that scene, there's 8.2 billion of us, right? Roughly. That's Smith has absorbed 8 billion human beings. That's eight. That's 8 billion individual human perspectives, and the Oracle. So I mean, you want to talk about vision and sight? Smith sees. Oh, he does. He sees the best and the worst of us. He sees, like, how filthy we can be, and he also sees how saint like, which is probably why Neo is infuriating him so much, because Neo, good lord, because Neo is, oh my god, really just about as transcendent as a man can be with his capabilities, um, his powers, his strength, what he can do as Neo and the One, and as he said, his choice to do so. And Smith's final measure of all of this is for naught. And Neo goes, and Neo literally goes, so what? So what? Because you'll never be able to tell me I don't love Trinity. You'll never change how much I love my mentor Morpheus. You'll never change how much I love my people. And that's why I'm here. And that's why I'm going to beat you. And he does. He does. And we don't even, oh man, dude. I haven't seen the fourth. So that has to be said. I have not seen the fourth yet. And I heard that there's going to be a fifth. What the? How is there going to be a fifth? What are they doing? What are they doing to this? Oh my God. One of the greatest trilogies of all time in freaking cinema. Oh my God. Hollywood being Hollywood. Some things never change. But for the real, true, diehard Matrix fans, this ending to the third, we don't even see Neo. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Nobody, no, like no body, no, you know what I mean? Like, Dark Knight trilogy, Christopher Nolan, Christian Bale, fire ending, because you know what I mean? It's like, let's go, let's go. Bruce got what he deserved. Okay, he ran away with the baddie. Oh my god, I'm sorry, that came out of Batman just blindsided this episode. Forgive me. I'm such a fan of that guy too. Might have to bring him back soon enough. Okay, but he oh man, bro, I was right there. I was right there saluting with Alfred, like, let's go. Oh my god, let's go. He deserves this so freaking much. Oh my god, dude, staying up to ungodly hours, 3, 4, 5 a.m. beating up bad guys. Like, let's go. Okay, you know what I'm saying, right? And Anne Hathaway too, brother. All right, he gets runs away with the baddie. Excellent ending. Matrix not so much. Matrix not so much. It's up in the air. He just does it. He just pulls it off. Hey, not gonna lie. This literally just popped in my head. Not too different, right? Not too different. Um, it happened. Oh my god. Pain like no one will ever be able to understand. And it happened, but but I mean, because that happened, success in this way, like Jesus being like, I freaking did it. I did it. Dad, I did it. And he did it. And then, uh, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm actually not positive here. I need to read up on this part of the Bible. But he goes into the tomb, and then they were just like, I'm serious. I'm not sure like the actual biblical details, but something along the lines of right. We he he's in there, right? And one of the guys was like, "Oh, yeah. Where else would he be, dude?" So right, and then the dude was just like, I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get in trouble for this, okay? And I don't know, they moved the engine, something like that. I don't know. I don't like. Was it Roman soldiers? I don't know who was present. Okay, someone's getting in trouble. All right. One of the soldiers was most definitely like, "Holy, this is on you. This is on you for sure, bro." Like, I don't know, something like that, because he wasn't there. Okay, so where is he now? Where is he now? All I know, this is just what my Christian mentors have taught me. He's on his way back to us. He's coming. He's coming back. You know what I'm saying? Jesus, really about to be like, yo, he is on his way. But what I've learned is that when like specifically, like we know he is, but when though? Oh, when will this fellow be like? No one knows that. This is pretty crazy. I just ever since I learned this about God, I was just like, that's very cool. It's like mysterious cool. No one knows this but God. Like God specifically was like, no, none of you will know. Only Dad knows. So that's the same thing as, you know what I mean. Don't hold your breath. That's the same thing as like, I just not okay. Well, you know what I'm saying. Dad knows. I don't think that doesn't really have anything to do with, okay, what only God can know. That doesn't have anything to do with human beings, the way I see it. So, um, but it's like, oh, who knows? Like what happened to Neo, and then how Jesus is going to return, and like where he's at right now. Who knows? Who knows? One thing is known. One thing is known, and is that you are loved. That's what's known. You're loved, brother. Okay. Even I don't know who you are. Even if you don't believe, he still loves you because you are you. You are a human being and you are a man and you are loved. Remember the little girl, Sati? She goes, Oracle, Oracle, look. Oh wow. That's that's so beautiful. Look. And then the oracle's like, oh, Sati, did you do that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the oracle meant. But for me, what I got as a as just a fan interpretation is Sati is pointing at Neo loves us. Look what he did. Wow. There's so much love. There's so much love. We're all gonna we're all gonna be all right. Even it even the architect. This is right. That's his role. He made the whatever program world of this uh, artificially constructed world for the human mind. He made it. He made the cage, and even he's saying, like even he was saying, you gotta be kidding me. He can't. There's no way he did this. And I think right, even he looked at the oracle and he was like, "You did you?" And I don't ever forget how the oracle answered the architect. You might remember, but wasn't the oracle like, "No, no"? But then again, it's very difficult to account for these things. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Your demons, your regret, your guilt, and your shame, your mistakes, all of your pain, bro. What you believe is going to happen to you, how you believe it's going to end, all of it, brother. All of it cannot account for the moment on any given day you wake up. And just like our boy, Neo, you too, you are the one for your life. Bro, when you say, I choose to, I am, this is the modern male plight. It's it's one of the original inspirations for my podcast. I am so lonely. I am so it hurts so bad. Single for too long, always been single. I am so freaking broke. I so isolated, so all of this suffering, and it is all, brother. It this is you. This is how crazy this is how potent, how profound, and how powerful this stuff really is. So for the time being, I'm gonna keep on yapping about it because you need to know it's all defied. You push back with force against all of it. Every single time, every single moment you choose to. It actually is that simple. It's not easy. It may very well be the most difficult decision of your entire life. You you're gonna choose though, bro. You're gonna choose, or you risk living and dying at the train station. Which is how we it's how we kick things off. How we kicked tonight's episode off? Your choice. I, because I can't promise you your hopes and your dreams and what you want and your outcomes and you know what I'm saying, brother? Rainbows and sunshines, okay, and a baddie that gets you. I can't. I just want you to find out. Because when you do, because you chose to, because you choose to find out and try, it may very well exceed what you are only able to currently imagine as your best outcomes. That that divine masculinity, the masculine spirit, brother, as 21st century sons of the digital, to try in this way. That is in the Matrix 1, 2, and 3. Which is why, if you heard me talk about all of that and you haven't seen, oh my God, The Matrix Revolutions 2003 yet, okay? Better yet, brother, if you haven't seen it, do not start with Revolutions, okay? All right? If you enjoyed my episode, thank you, bro. But don't be like, oh, dang, dude. Yo, Jason, like, that was, okay, I'm about to, no. Watch Matrix 1 first because it's actually the best one in my opinion. I haven't done a formal deep. Oh Lord, okay, coming soon to a Pillars of Man podcast near you. But Matrix 1, then 2, then 3. Okay, if you're wondering, like, you know what? I guess I could definitely go for a better life. Oh, Neo's right there with you. All right, but just watch how he does it. Oh my goodness. I freaking love this trilogy. So yeah, of course, absolutely check it out. Okay, kudos to the Wachowski brothers, Keanu Reeves, and oh Lord, Lawrence Fishburne. I actually remembered his name. Let's go, Morpheus, and then and an incredibly star-studded cast. I just, you know what I'm saying. I don't have all their names memorized, but definitely check it out. Definitely check it out. And you know, if you're ever looking for more help than that, you'll find me right here at the Pillars of Man podcast. This is what I do. I talk about God, anime, and movies to help you with your life. If you like content like that, bro, hit that subscribe button for me. You're listening on Spotify. Follow me on there. Wherever you find this, brother, you shoot me a follow. So I'd love to catch you for the next one. But until then, take it easy. Take good care of yourself. And I love you so much. Peace.